he was saying that he will not date someone from his own church.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine right there, first off, there's available women at your church, but yet he's not willing to date at his own church.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about, I believe he's not the only one that's thinking that. So why would someone not want to date women or men in their own church?
So it's kind of like the same rule that I've had for a while is not dating or trying to get with anybody within the same area that I'm gonna be in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it started with school, that led into work, and most likely led into church too, where it's like the same where you don't sleep where you eat or eat where you sleep, that kind of thing. The reasoning to that is because it comes with a lot of drama, especially things go wrong, a lot of people in your business, especially where she got her friends and you got your people, and everybody knows everybody. So it's kind of like in a way, you kind of like forced to be in people's sight in the work. Like, even if you're trying to keep everything private, everybody has their own perception, or should I say, of what your relationship is when it's not. So if things go bad and everybody chooses a side, now it's like, who's the bad guy?
Yeah.
And it's usually men. And that's why a lot of men.
Is it? Is it?
Seen as the bad guy? Yes. Majority of the time, it's going to be the man that's seen as the bad guy.
You mean because they've been floating around with women? Like, why would they be the bad guy?
Well, for example, like me, I'm going to give my school example. I came to school, she gave me a note and started crying. I didn't even get to read the note yet.
I see what you mean.
But she started crying.
Like, what'd you do?
And everybody was on her side, and I did nothing. All I did was just show up to school.
Yeah.
Literally, like, the issue was what she did, and she felt guilty and ran away crying. But everybody saw just the crying part and her running away and automatically assumed I did something. Like, it got so bad to where the counselor called me in thinking I did something to her. And I was like, I did not touch it. I still ain't got the written note yet, and that's how bad it got. Like, and just to think, that was just like middle school. Now, if we bring that church setting, it's the same. Same thing is where you see her crying or her upset, everybody's going to be on her side and not the man's side. Not saying that it's always going to be
his fault or her fault.
Yeah, but it's always going to be seen that way, where it's like, okay, what you do to her? Why is she upset?
And then that's in the Euro. They both go to the same church,
and they both go to the same church.
Might have the same groups or communities and different things like that.
And it depends on the level of leadership or whatever you're in.
Oh, true. And so that's another thing.
Yeah. So if, say, you're in the band or
is it called a band?
No, I was going to say choir.
What is it called? Praise and worship team, or the drummer.
Basically, you're just, if you're more in the spotlight at church.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be a heavier burden, repercussions out of that, even if it's your fault or not. And men are, like I said, men are usually seen as the perpetrator in those situations, and perpetrator may seem like it's
in a lot of things, and a lot of times both aren't held accountable.
No.
So whatever happened is brushed under the rug. And some do continue to stay at the same church if they break up, but nobody talks cases that nobody talks to anybody. So they just try to go their separate ways.
Yeah.
But how can you go separate ways when you're in the church? And so it's like, to me, it seems like there's a lack of accountability that's had, or a lack of accountability that the couple receives, especially if they are in the spotlight. Like, if you're in the spotlight, that's a whole nother way you should operate in a relationship. Honestly, you shouldn't even be, this is a hard statement, you shouldn't even be seen like in a relationship with that person.
Yeah.
Until it's actually serious.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be even seen dating, in the corner, not in the corner talking, but like actually visibly seeing somebody date, versus just when y'all official, that means marriage minded, and y'all already almost down the aisle because it's too much.
Actually, I didn't even talk about the other side of that.
Yeah.
The repercussions, I'm talking from man's side, but the repercussions of those kind of situations, even if it's a good or bad, to try to date again within the church.
Ugh. That is
because now it's seen as a problem.
Yep.
Especially if you say like 3 months later, oh, you find somebody else. Now it's an issue. Oh, that was fast. Oh, it's like it's 3 months later. Like,
yes.
And this person is actually helping me, or well, it doesn't look good either way.
The perception doesn't look good.
And
if women find out, which we will, because we talk, we'll find out that this dude has been talking to her and talking to her, talking to her. And we found out, I remember found out in church, wait a minute, he talked to you too?
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
It was, oh wait, no, he talked to you too. All of us are in the room. Like, it can happen. And it was at the point in time at that church that I had to talk to the pastor at that church. And he was like, I'll handle it.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is that usually leads to either church hurt or for the other person to leave the church because of that, because it's like, it's too much pressure and drama with it, where it's just like, I just want to leave this alone, but people keep bringing it up. Well, that was interesting.
Listen, we are just here to say thank you for watching and listening from the bottom of our hearts. Your support means the world.
And we can't do this without you.
So, the algorithm don't algorithm if you don't like, subscribe, and share. So please go ahead and do so at this time.